In the heart of the ancient scriptures, there exists a passage that has whispered hope into the hearts of generations. It is a passage that has stood the test of time, simple yet profound, Psalm 23. But today, we will look at it through a different lens. What if this psalm holds more than just comfort? What if it contains a secret, a promise that speaks to the deepest parts of our souls? Let's begin with the very first line. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Psalm 23 verse 1. Have you ever wondered, why the shepherd? Why is God compared to one? You see, in the days of the Bible, a shepherd wasn't just someone who watched over sheep. A shepherd was a protector, a provider, a guide, one who led the sheep to green pastures and still waters. But notice, the Lord isn't just anyone. He is my shepherd. This means something personal, something intimate. The Creator of the universe is not distant. He is near, guiding you. And in that first line, there's a promise that in Him, you will find no lack. I shall not want. Could it be that this promise isn't just about material things, but about something deeper? Could it be about the contentment that comes from knowing you are seen, known, and loved? The promise is, He will provide, not only for your needs but for your soul. We continue. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures, He leadeth me beside the still waters. Psalm 23 verse 2. Have you ever found yourself restless, searching for peace, but unable to find it? The world is chaotic. It's loud. But this promise, this invitation, comes to the heart, urging it to rest. Rest where? In green pastures. Beside still waters. These are places of peace. Not just peace in the world around you, but peace in the heart, where the soul can finally lay down its burden and be at ease. But here's the thing, green pastures are not easy to come by. They're places of abundance, of nourishment. And still waters. Waters that don't rush or churn, but are calm, serene. What does this mean? The shepherd doesn't lead us to a life of turmoil. He offers us a place of peace in the storm, a place where we can be restored. But the journey doesn't end there. The psalm goes on. He restoreth my soul, He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Psalm 23 verse 3. Restoration. It's not just a healing of the body, but of the soul. There are wounds in places we often don't even see. Wounds that have been there for years, silently shaping our fears, our doubts, our very identity. But the shepherd, He has the power to restore. To put back together what was broken. To heal the parts of us we've hidden away. And here's where it gets fascinating. The paths He leads us on are not paths of our own making. No, He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Psalm 23 verse 3, the shepherd knows the way. He knows the path that will lead us to life, to peace, to restoration. And He guides us, through all of life's twists and turns. It's not about our own strength but about following Him, trusting that His direction will always lead us to righteousness. And now, perhaps, the most chilling yet comforting words of the entire psalm. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for Thou art with me, Thy rod and Thy staff they comfort me. Psalm 23 verse 4. Have you ever walked through the darkness? The valley, where the shadows seem to stretch endlessly, where fear whispers at your every step. We all encounter it, the moments of despair, the seasons of loneliness, the places where we feel surrounded by death. But here's the promise, even in the darkest places, the shepherd is with us. Not far away, not distant, but close, His rod and staff comfort us. In ancient times, the rod was a symbol of authority, a weapon used to protect the sheep. The staff was a tool for guidance, a way to keep the sheep close, to direct them safely. In the valley of the shadow of death, you are never alone. But there is more. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies, Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Psalm 23 verse 5. Imagine it, sitting at a table, a banquet, surrounded by enemies who would wish to see you fall. Yet, instead of fear, there is abundance. A table prepared, overflowing with good things. The shepherd does not only protect, he blesses. Even when others would seek to harm you, he prepares a feast in your honor. And your cup is not just full. It runneth over. Could this be the fullness of joy, the uncontainable grace that pours into your life, overflowing in abundance? And then, the final verse. The promise that seals it all. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Psalm 23 verse 6. Goodness and mercy, these are not fleeting things. They follow you, every day, all the days of your life. No matter where you go, no matter the valleys you walk through, they follow you. The shepherd's goodness and mercy will never leave you. And what's the ultimate end? You will dwell in his house forever. But here is the question that lingers, like a shadow in the quiet. If this promise is true, if the shepherd is indeed with you, leading, protecting, providing, why do we so often walk alone, so often stray from his side? Could it be that the shepherd is waiting for you to come back to his fold? Or perhaps, you've always been closer than you think. I leave you with this: what if the shepherd has already been with you, guiding you, even when you didn't know it?